Hey guys, welcome back. Milan Tech Sales here with another student success story interview with one of my students, Pav. And if you don't know much about me, I've been in tech sales for the last 5 years. Started off as an intern at Google in 2019. And since then, I progressed myself all the way into an enterprise sales role at one of the biggest AI companies in the world. And I am one of the co founders of Break into Tech. We specialize in helping people from non traditional backgrounds break into the tech industry in commercially focused roles such as sales, marketing, operations, etc. And in this video, I'm going to talk to one of my students, Pav, who was in our program and who recently successfully landed a tech sales job. So let's dive straight into it. Pav, do you want to just tell people a little bit about yourself, your background, education, work history? Take us all the way back to the beginning, all the way to today.
No, absolutely, yeah. So my name's Pav. Let me just think. I'm just trying to go all the way back now. So let's start with university. So I don't have a university degree, right? I never went through it. I enrolled for product and venture design in a university during COVID time.
Okay.
And at the time, it was pretty good. It's what I wanted to do, but the circumstances weren't great at the time with COVID and lockdown. So I just decided to drop out of that and just go into work and figure stuff out. So from there, what did I do? Oh, God, I've done so much. I was doing property research, right? So I was with a property agency, creating portfolios and things like that for properties, doing a bit of admin work. Then from there, I jumped into conveyancing, which is a bit of a short story, but a bit of legal work, conveyancing for a solicitor for about 3 months. But I absolutely hated it. It just wasn't me. It's just too arduous for my brain. It just wasn't for me. So a bit of conveyancing. And then from there, I just did customer service. So that was about 3-4 years ago. Did about customer service for a year.
Okay.
And then from there, actually ran my own business in tandem with that. So it was basically just an e-commerce business. Did that for about a year or two. And then, so now we're going on to my most recent role. So it's door-to-door sales or direct sales with Virgin Media O2. So I've been doing that for about 6 months.
Awesome.
And I joined the program, I think this was back in September or October time, roughly around there. And then I was very active. I think you can remember I was very active with looking for a role.
Yeah.
And I got through so many interviews, got through so many last stages. And then Virgin Media O2, they offered the job. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to take it for the sake of experience, because I've noticed that with a lot of people that were getting the offers, they either had a university degree or they had a little bit of sales experience, whether it might be, could be just a sales assistant in a store or anything like that, or just a degree in general with no experience. So it's either one of them. So I thought, no worries, I'll just do this for 6 months. I'll do door-to-door for 6 months. And then I'll try again, looking back into the roles. And that's pretty much what happened. So about last month, I was really hitting it hard with coming back home about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then going straight onto my desktop, and applying, messaging hiring managers and seeing what I can get. The good thing was, because of my LinkedIn, I optimized it before. So it was all optimized. Everything was done. I did Virgin Media onto there, and then slowly I'm getting more interactions and stuff. And instead of me going out of my way to message hiring managers, they're now messaging me. So that's how it really happened. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Love that background. So just to summarize, you opted in to do a university degree during COVID. It wasn't for you, so you left, went straight into work. You did a ton of different work experiences and customer service as well for a year, which is really good. By the way, customer service / sales assistant / retail sales assistant that a lot of students do at university or during university or before university, that's an amazing experience to use to break into tech sales, right? Because it's a customer facing role. So you did that for a year, joined the program. I think it was in October 2024. Like you said, went hard. Then you realized a really important point. You realized that you either need to have sales assistant or retail customer facing work experiences or a degree, which you didn't have, which made it harder for you. And I totally agree. Most people that have landed really good roles have had both. Most people that have landed decent roles have had one. and people that are struggling, and they still managed it, but the people that struggled were the ones that like would need a role. So that's a really good summary, and I like the fact that you took the door-to-door sales role, did it for 6 months. Amazing mindset. What I'll do is I'll look at my phone just to make sure I'm asking the right questions, and then I'll ask you them. So the first question that I have for you, bro, is obviously the most important question, which is what everyone wants to hear. What tech sales job offer did you land? You don't have to mention the company name. Just give us a range of the salary. Tell us where you live, by the way, because that's really important as well. Tell us the industry that it's in and the job title / role.
Absolutely. So the role is sales development representative. That's what it actually is. It's 27,000 base salary with commission. So all in all, it's about 33K. So that's what I'm getting. So that's that. I'm based in Leicester, so I'm not London based. I understand that a lot of the best roles, really, they're all in London. Obviously, a lot of your students are getting 40K, 50K, 60K base, but they're all in London. And sometimes they require hybrid and stuff like that. I did actually apply to a few of them, got through to last stage interviews.
Wow.
But a few of them said that they would prefer if I was based in London.
Makes sense.
Even though I told them commuting's not a problem for me, but what can you do? So
I just want to clarify that. So the base salary is £27,000. With the commissions on top, you could make up to 33 or 40,000.
I'm just looking at the commission plan now, and it's about 33K. Yeah,
33K. Okay,
but they do have glide paths within the company where if you stay for about 6 months, they increase the base salary to 40,000. So they do have that as well.
Wow. So in about 6 months, if you stay, and obviously if you do well, your base could go up to £40,000.
Yeah.
And then what will happen to your commissions?
So I'm pretty sure the commission structure stays the same, but the base salary increases.
So in 6 months, if you do well for the next 6 months, you could go up to 40,000 base and an extra how much with commissions?
I'm pretty sure it's based on performance. So if I hit 100% target for 6 months, I think it goes to 40,000. If I do about 120% for 6 months, then it's about 5% extra, about I think 45K, just about there.
That's also you're based in Leicester. How old are you? 22, 23?
I'm 23. Yeah,
23. So you're only 23 years old, based in Leicester, no university degree, and now you have a chance of getting to £40,000 a year in 6 months from now. And I'm very confident about you getting there because you're very personable, you have good communication skills, and you've had so much experience now. You did the door-to-door sales one, you did the customer-facing experience, you did Break into Tech program, you've had so many interviews. Just a quick point on the London bit. I agree with Pav, right? In the UK, in the great United Kingdom, if you're not based in London, right, which in my opinion, most people should be, if you're young and you're hungry for success, have one student, Gav, which you know Pav because he's in the program. He's based in Birmingham. He went to Aston University. His job, the one that he got at Kyriba, is 40,000 base, £58,000 OTE. He only has to go to London once a month. So they are exceptional people like him, but he is exceptional. And on top of that, he also got lucky, right? So that is possible. But I totally agree with you. Let me ask you another question. You were doing the customer facing experience. You ran your own business, e-commerce business, which is epic. What made you how did you find out about tech sales? What made you want to break into tech sales?
Yeah, so before, I'm just thinking back now, before October when I signed on, I was did a professional diploma in UX design because I thought, okay, I really wanted to do something design related. That's what I was on to last year and during COVID time when I did product design. And I thought, okay, I'll do a professional level 5 diploma. At least I'll have some sort of qualification. And then I did the qualification, got the level 5 professional diploma. And I was just really struggling. It was very difficult to land a job. So I thought, okay, just better find something just do something that will make me the most amount of money. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. You know, either you love what you do or you just love the outcome of it, really. So yeah. And I just thought, okay, I think I found your guys' page on TikTok. That's how I found it, through your lives. And I thought, okay, let me join. What is this about? And that's how I went through it. And then I joined the free community. I think it was like September, October time. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me. I was still actually applying for SDR roles when I was with the free community.
Yeah.
I remember this because the I think it was the first or second job I did. It was one quite close to me here in Leicester.
Yeah.
Obviously, the salary was lower than this one. It was about 20,000, but the company was good because we went there. I went for the last stage interview, but I didn't go through, unfortunately. So that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go through the paid community and then see how far I can progress and see if that would actually help as well. So,
got it. Awesome. So you did a professional diploma in UX design, right?
Yeah.
You tried to get a job in UX design, you realized it's really difficult, and then you wanted to do something else. You bumped into our TikTok page, found out about tech sales, and then obviously joined the free community and then the paid community. But what was the decision making process behind joining tech sales versus product management versus marketing versus finance or whatever? Like, obviously, you said money, but tell us a little bit more about that decision making process.
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason why I've gone into sales now, I'm a bit of hindsight because I've just done direct sales for about 6 months, so I actually know what the role's like a little bit at least. But it's all about people. You have to be a real people person. You have to be very social. Even with me, I consider myself a bit of an ambivert. Obviously, I like times just being inside at home with family, friends, whatever, but I like going out as well. It's a bit of a mixture sort of thing. But you really have to be a people person and you have to have that desire to connect to people.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's also the money aspect. You have to be very money hungry. And, just realized at that point, at that time, I just thought, you know what, I'll just try it. And sounds good. Money is money. If it's not for me, that's why I just tried my best and to it really. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. And I really like what you said earlier, which is that's a really good point. You either love what you do or you do it for the outcome. And enough people that want to break into tech sales either do it because they want to make as much money as possible in their 20s or they love working in the tech industry. So working in the tech industry is very different to like door sales or retail sales because you're selling a really expensive piece of software to the biggest companies on the planet. So in my current job, I sell the software to companies like Google, Amazon, Snapchat, Adobe. I've spoken to executives at these billion-dollar companies. I've pitched to them. I've spoken to them. I've met them. I've pitched them $1 million a year software. And it's a really interesting experience. And on top of that, you learn about technology. Now I know a lot more about AI, artificial intelligence, because I work in an AI company compared to before. Like, I know how it works, what's behind it, how it's trained, what's the data, what's an MLM, blah, blah, all LLM, and all of that kind of stuff. And it's super interesting. And the other great thing about tech sales and people want to work in tech sales is because it's a great introduction into the tech industry if you're a non-technical person. So from you get promoted in 1 to 2 years to an account executive, you can decide, hey, sales is not for me. I want to go into product marketing or operations or finance or HR or marketing or whatever, or even a technical role, right? As long as you can retrain yourself. So that's another reason as well. Let me see what my other question is. So, what were you doing to land a tech sales job before you joined the paid community?
Yeah. Good question, actually. Wasn't doing what you guys were telling me, so I was just simply just going on. Doing Indeed was one. Didn't have a LinkedIn. I didn't have any of that. I was just Google sales development rep and just applying on that. So that's what I was doing, pretty much. Yeah, I got lucky. I got into a few interviews, but obviously I didn't actually land anything. So that's why I decided to jump into the paid program and see what I can actually do. Yeah.
That's what 99% of people do. I recently posted a job because we're hiring a full-time content creator for Break Into Tech. We had about 300 applications on LinkedIn, and 99.999% of those applications, for context, 500 people applied. We're interviewing one person on Tuesday. And that's only because she did everything that we teach in our program, which is she had a one-page CV, fully optimized LinkedIn profile. She messaged us, she emailed me, she texted me, and she's actually what I'm looking for, which is a content creator. Most people that are trying to break into tech sales or any high paying job, they think those jobs are on Indeed, which they're not. They think you can just mass apply, which you can't. And then if they get lucky and get an interview, they think you can sleep your way through the interview and get a 50K a year job or 100K a year job. Never going to happen. So totally makes sense because it's very typical. Did you ever think that it was possible for someone like yourself with your background to break into tech sales? Let me give you context for that question. Obviously, even in the program, you saw people are landing 50K, 60K, 70K year roles, but you're very young, you're only 23, you don't have a degree, you don't have sales experience. Did you ever think that it was possible for you to do this?
Honestly, I didn't think it was possible. And I think the reason why was because of that degree aspect. You know, if you've not been through university, if you've not gone through that level 6 higher level
Yeah.
qualification,
Yep.
then it might be difficult, right? That's what was going through your thought process at the time. And it's partially true. Like we mentioned, like you either have to have a degree or you have to have some sort of sales experience or some sort of, at least
Yeah.
to act on your CV that's promising and that would actually, yeah, I didn't think it was possible. Genuinely didn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. The other thing I would just add to that is the third type of person. So the first type of person, good degree, good university. Second type of person, good sales experience or some sort of sales experience. Third type of persona that we have in our program are good professionals, accountants, lawyers, bankers, IT professionals, teachers, doctors. That's a third category of people that can easily break into tech sales because
Yeah.
they've got those communication skills, soft skills, and hard skills, and they can transition it to a specific industry within tech, like fintech, AI, health tech, etc. What made you join the BIT, the Break into Tech paid community? What was it that convinced you to join? Was it the testimonials, the guarantee, the coaching calls? Like, what was the process for that for you, the thinking process?
Yeah, no. So I'm just trying to remember back because I was in the free community at the time. I was still applying, but things weren't going my way, sort of situation. It just wasn't looking great. So
Yeah.
I just thought, okay, you know what? I might, if I'm really going to put my all in, I might as well actually just invest myself and actually see how far I can go and see what I can learn. And if it doesn't work, sort of situation. So the thing that really stood out to me was all the information that you had, the person that you were actually putting down and, material for us to use.
Mhm.
And at the time, I remember the community was only like 20 people, I think, back then. And it's grown massively now. It's like 100 people now.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious why people are joining, and it's just the fact that you've already been there and done that. Partly probably due to marketing as well. On TikTok, creating these videos. But I think the best thing is, key thing is your experience. You're pretty much there. You're an account executive. You've done sales development, and you've done it all, and you've gone through that process as well. And I think that you've also helped your partner going to that from her legal background as well. So it's all builds into that pretty much. Yeah.
What's my other question? Let's have a look. Okay. What did your daily routine look like? I know you said you came back home at 9 p.m. and you were hustling like crazy, which I love, by the way. I honestly respect hustlers and hardworking people like you the most, right? Just because
Yeah.
you got from a very humble situation, just like I did, right? I came from Afghanistan in 2007. I couldn't speak English. I was in the lowest set in school, and no one in my family went to university. I worked my ass off for 10 years, 14 hours a day, and I've changed my life. So that's why I respect that. What was your daily routine like trying to land a tech sales job in the Break into Tech program?
Yeah, no. So at the time, I was unemployed, so I didn't have a job. What did I do? I remember I would wake up really early, so I would get all of my messages in the morning, and then I would hop back on to hiring managers in the evening during the weekdays because obviously a lot of them finish work around 5, 6 o'clock, and times were crucial as well because a lot of them were on break on their phones. If I ping a hiring manager at that time, they're going to get the message. So that was pretty much my approach. Yeah, wake up early, do that, and try to get my lunch and go on walks and stuff, and active as well and all that. But yes, that was my approach. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. Just thinking of another question.
No worries.
What would you say to your past self before joining the program to help your past self successfully land a tech sales job faster? What advice would you give?
Advice I would give to my past self, I would say this be with the knowledge I have now.
Yeah,
Without,
yeah.
I would say obviously join the program. and just learn everything you can and speak to as many people as possible as well. So speak to yourself, speak to anyone with experience at any sort of field as well, really. I think the biggest thing with landing a role, but it could be anything, especially in tech sales, is actually the hiring managers actually messaging. That's the most crucial thing. Absolutely. You mentioned like you don't have to have sales experience. You could have a degree, or you don't have to have a degree like myself. Have a little bit of experience. But the key thing is actually reaching out to those people. That's what I would say to my past self is get out of your shell and just go out there and really just, and just message as many people as you can and learn as much as possible.
I couldn't agree more. The best students in the program that have landed the best jobs have done exactly what you're saying. Like Shadia, I think she's similar age to you, 23, 24.
Yeah.
She was in audit for a couple of years in accounting, landed a £50,000 base, £62,000 OTE job in 3 months with one of the biggest fintech companies on the planet by networking with the hiring managers and account executives. So I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Would you tell someone who's thinking about breaking into tech sales, what would you tell them? What would you advise them? Would you tell them to do it? Would you tell them not to do it? Imagine your younger brother or your cousin, whatever, thinking about breaking into tech sales. What would you tell them?
Okay, this is an absolutely perfect question because obviously we covered about Gav, right?
Yeah.
And I remember you reached out to me and you said, okay, you just, the program to him. I spoke to Gav and I was like, you know what, just do it. Already got a degree, already got everything you need. And he was already in the free community. I just told him, look, just do it. You'll learn a lot from it. If you want to go down sales, just do it. Give you everything you need to succeed, right? And obviously, as you know, with Gav, he beat me to it. he's already got a development role. So, just a perfect question for that, really. Yeah, I recommended the program to him and he's done it before me. So,
yeah. What are you looking forward to the most in your tech sales development role?
I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is the learning. I think that's the biggest thing because my plan is really to stay as long as possible in this role, at least 6 months to a year, 6 to 12 months, and stay as long as possible, learn from the people there, learn from the senior managers, the managing directors, anyone that I can possibly learn from, and just really just try to progress my career even further. Because obviously the ideal goal is account executive or a managerial role. That's pretty much where I'm leaning towards at the minute. And obviously I have to build myself up to get there. And with this company, they focus more on, they don't actually have a team of account executives or anyone else. So they're basically like a middleman for the vendors and clients and stuff like that. So that's what we do. It's just appointment setting, or what SDRs do, appointment setting for the clients, B2B clients, and getting customers for them and booking the appointments for the in between them, and then their account executives will then sell it and demo it and stuff. Yeah.
Got it.
So that's what they do. They've been doing it since 2002. So like 25 years or something, have a lot of experience in just doing SDR stuff, they do. So yeah, that's much my primary goal at the moment. Learn as much as possible for the next year or so, or however long I can. Yeah.
And what are your career goals? Like, not your career goals, what are your life goals? Like, what are you looking to progress in a software sales career? Again, you're only 23, so you got your entire life ahead of you. What are you looking to get out of this industry, this career path? Are you looking to become an entrepreneur, go back to entrepreneurship? Are you looking to stay in software sales, transition out of software sales, go into another tech job? What are your goals?
Yeah, no. So my goals at the minute, so my long-term goals is really just to stay in tech sales, right? And see how things progress, right? So stay in tech sales, stay in this industry and see what I can do with it. In terms of life goals, really, I'm just trying to get a house, really. Just save up for deposits and then also just start investing into stocks and shares and stuff like that, into other stuff before I go back into entrepreneurship. Because I was a huge failure. So I'm just going to avoid that for now. But just really build myself up as a character with, key skills, learning as much as I can. And potentially, get a deposit for a house, get a mortgage, things like that, things in life as well.
Love
But
that.
ideally, yeah, just in tech sales, stay this sales career, really. Yeah.
I love that. Are you looking to buy a house in Leicester? Is that what you're saving up for right now?
No, nearly somewhere close to London, because obviously, as you said, all the money is in London. You see.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
so no, if I was to buy a house, it would be somewhere like, no, I heard Luton's not great, but
It's not great.
yeah, no, it's close to London, or maybe Northampton, because it's like a point
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Leicester to London. Because obviously I can still see my family, but I can still commute, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So something like yeah.
What I loved what you said about building your character. Now, in my humble opinion, sales, B2B software sales, is probably one of the top 5 careers to build an incredible character. Like a to a boss, like you play a video game and then you meet the final boss. To become that version of yourself, putting yourself through a software sales career for like the 5 to 10 years will make you that guy. Will literally turn you to that guy. Why? Because you sell the most expensive software on the planet to the biggest companies on the planet. The stakes are super high. You could make millions, or you could only make 50K. You could make 100K or 40K. You have a lot to lose and a lot to gain. So the stakes are super high. You're dealing with super impressive, really rich people that are high pressure. It's a fast moving industry, fast paced. Everyone's like cutthroat, not cutthroat in a bad way. Like I like finance and law, for example, people are more cutthroat in my opinion, in a negative way. Whereas in software sales, it's hyper competitive. It's like being an athlete, right? Where you have to train every single day, then you have a match, and you train every day, and then you have a competition, train every day, and then you have a semi-final and then a final. That's what really builds character. Character, if you read the greatest people in history, character, they've all gone through that journey. They've started off from the bottom. They've had a really terrible situation when they were really young. They've gone all the way to the top, and they've gone through a journey. They've gone through really bad lows and really high highs. And fundamentally, that's how you build character, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. I think the best way to actually build character is through tech sales and sales in general. Like but even before I did door to door with Virgin, and it's the most toughest job I've ever done. It was and obviously I got the job in like November time, and from November till now, 6 months or so, right? I'm knocking on about 100, doors every day. I'm still doing this schedule 11 till about I get home about 8:30. That's pretty much my schedule, right? And obviously it's like a sale a day sort of thing. So I'm not only setting appointments, I'm actually having to just to sell like broadband stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's so rewarding at the same time, and it builds so much character, personality, which is key.
Key
It's
in life.
absolutely key if you want to really succeed in sales as well.
I mean, have a sales job was when I was 16 years old. Finish your A levels, and then you have like sorry, not your A levels, like when you're 16, when you finish your final GCSEs and you go to your A levels. When I was like 16, in one of those summers, I did one of those sales jobs for like, I lasted 4 weeks though, right? Because it was really tough. But I fundamentally, as a human being, changed. I became a lot more social, a lot more extroverted, a lot more confident, a lot more approachable, a lot happier, just because I realized, oh, wow, I can just approach someone and talk to them. I can't just approach a girl that I like and build a relationship with her. Oh my God. So I think it's an amazing experience. And doing it in tech sales is at the highest level possible. So doing sales in door to door or insurance or cold calling or whatever bullshit is like it's like being a footballer in League Two, and then tech sales is like the Premier League, and then the best tech sales jobs are like the league, and then the best tech sales job is like the Cup final. So I think you're doing really well. A few, maybe one or two more questions because we don't have that much time. We've only got about 5 minutes. Question number one. Imagine someone's thinking about joining the Break into Tech program, but they're worried. They either don't think it's worth it, or they can't afford it, or they don't think it's going to work for them. What advice would you give them to help them make the right decision, whether it means joining or not joining or whatever?
In that case, I would try to sell it to them pretty much. So I would firstly ask them why they want to join the program in the first place. Find out what are they mostly concerned about, and find out what their pain points are, and see, that you're trying to learn. What are your career goals? objectives for the next 6 to 12 months, what you want to do, and find out from there and see really how I can help them. And, could say something that could help anyone and could join the program, right? It would be that, to yourself and think, what is it? Why do you want to do sales in the first place?
Right.
And as you as a person, why do you want to do sales, right? Because, you can do it. And I thought the same about myself, I think I could do it until I was doing this the door-to-door job.
Sales, yeah.
And then I thought, yeah, this is pretty much, definitely do it. Targets within this job as well.
Amazing.
And the targets are very, very high.
Amazing.
If I can do door to door, then I'm fairly confident I can do sales development.
I love that. I think sales is a science and an art. It's science in software sales because they teach you sales methodologies, they give you training, they give you scripts, they give you software tools. It's an art, and I'm sure in door to door they give you scripts, but in other sales job, it's more of an art. You either have it or you don't. And the reason that I feel like it's not for everyone is because of the pressure and rejection. Human beings are not created to take rejection. It's like an uncomfortable feeling, right? Like eating, for example, is like really, you feel good, you feel happy, you feel fulfilled. The complete opposite of that is someone saying no to your face. If you can't take that, it's not going to be for you. But again, in tech sales, it's a lot more softer. It's not as bad as like knocking doors and all that kind of stuff. Final question that I have for you today is, what are you looking forward to the most in 2025 in your career? Like, you've seen this job soon as a tech sales developer representative. What are you looking forward to the most? Is it just starting? Is it getting on the ground, on the phone, talking to customers? What is that for you?
Yeah, no, I think the thing I'm looking forward to this year is actually just, tech sales career. I think that's the biggest thing because it's been so grueling the past month. And even when I was in the community, the program, and I was trying really hard, and roles, getting through all the way to the final stage, and then saying sorry, go through, thing. And yeah, no, just really looking forward to actually learning what the job's all about as well. Said if I can do door to door, I can do sales development, no problem.
Yeah.
And obviously with this role, it's remote working. It's
that's
just
awesome.
9 to 5.
So it's fully remote?
Yeah, fully. They provide all the equipment, like
That's
a desk, office chair, everything. Yeah.
I know it was fully remote. So the company is an American company, right?
Yeah, so Memory Blue and Operatic. So this company, it's like 1-to-1. I think, the merger, right? So I think I'm on the UK side of things. So it's actually remote, and their clients are worldwide.
Okay.
So they do like tech, such as like cybersecurity. They do like fintech clients. They have all clients really. So
awesome. I love the fact that it's remote. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we've got about a minute left. So firstly, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you taking 40 minutes out of your day to speak to me and do this. I think this is going to do amazing. It's going to help a lot of people similar to your age, really young people, make a decision on whether they want to join tech sales or break into tech or not. So firstly, thank you for that. The offer that you have is great. I looked at the company, it looks great. I looked at their employees, look great. I looked at all the reviews about them. It's a really good starting place. Continue to stay in the program. We can do another call like this in a year from now. And obviously, in the meantime, if you need any help with the job or the role or reviewing the contract, just text me or call me. Happy to help out whenever you want.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Genuinely, thank you so much for the help. It's been incredible. It genuinely has.
Amazing, man. Bro, thank you so much. I think the call's going to end, so we'll probably end it now.
Yeah, no, but I hope you have a really good day.
You too, brother.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Pav. Thank you. Cheers, man.
All right, cheers. Bye.